Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Average Gentleman's Podcast. We're back after a little bit of a break.
It was a life break. It was
It's one of those things where life got in the way, work, family, and there was just no time to do anything.
Between three people. Sometimes it just
we couldn't get our schedules lined up. We tried doing some remote shit. Nothing was working.
Technical
tough. Yeah, it just all kind of fell apart. So
this wasn't meant to be.
Yeah.
And listen, when I signed on, we said we wanted to be the gentleman's podcast, right?
Yeah.
And part of that means prioritizing what comes first. Work, life, family, work, priorities we got to do. So sorry we missed you, but we're back, and hopefully with the holidays and more days off, we'll be able to squeeze some more shit in.
That's what we're hoping for.
As opposed to squeezing shit out.
Yes. So.
Although that feels good too.
Yeah, you would know.
More than most.
So, now that we're back, quick update. So, we have all taken part in Movember.
Yes.
I see your beard has been growing back. Mine's almost fully back. Ray actually has one.
I fucking hate it.
You look good with it, man. I like it.
I hate it.
I said you look good with it.
I cannot wait to 12:01 December 1st. I may stay up until midnight just to shave this shit off my face.
You just need a crispy boy in your hand. You'll be good to go.
You just gotta let it go for another couple weeks, and then once you reach that hurdle, the itchiness goes away.
This gray around my chin has
dude, it looks distinguished.
Aged me like 10 years.
Nah.
Yes.
No, dude, it looks good. Like if I was a chick, I'd bang you. No homo.
If you're a dude, you'd bang me.
This is true.
Yeah, I mean,
I just feel like I just have like food around my mouth constantly, just because I'm not used to having
something there, and Well, I mean, listen, this is what the first. No, that's not the first time you grew a beard, but this is the longest.
This is the second time that I've tried this, and this is the longest.
This is the longest I've ever seen it.
Yeah,
I like it, man.
No, because the first time I just did the mustache.
Ah, gotcha.
And I look like a pedophile porn star. So
See, I had the opposite thing with having had facial hair for so many years. Like when I took off the goatee, I couldn't. I was feeling sensations I hadn't felt in like a decade. I'm like, what is that like?
Like my face is cold.
I was so cold for a day and a half, just getting used to it. I'm like,
the weather got real cold real quick, and it was like, fuck, my face is freezing.
And it did serve its purpose, because the last day that I went to work, when it got fuller, I had to explain to a ton of people why I
there you go
a beard.
I did take in between shots. So like I think week 1, week 2, and I guess this is week 3 of what my face looks like. So a little bit of a progression. So I think I saw you 2 days after I shaved it, because we went to Andrew's engagement party.
Yeah, and that was the last time that I shaved.
Oh, that's right. So I was just kind of like, I had just a very light layer.
Yeah,
and
then I text you guys the picture, like once it like started to like when the first time that I shaped it up.
Yeah.
Well, good.
No, and this is the longest I've ever had anything on my face.
Yeah.
Well, when I took mine off, I sent a picture to we have like a family chat, like me and my brother, sister, my everybody, and my brother said to his wife, "Who is this guy Joey sending a picture of us to?" Like, why? What? And then it like dawned on like my brother, who like grew up with me without facial hair.
He's like, "Who the fuck is this guy?"
Hadn't seen me in so long without facial hair.
Like you were the biggest shock to me. Like, you were a shock, but I've seen you
without it. Right.
I've never seen you without a beard.
I've had it. Yeah.
Or at least like I've seen you with the
goatee.
The goatee.
Yeah, I've had the goatee. I've had goatee or beard since, like I said, end of my sophomore year is when I started growing. So like junior year of high school. So I graduated 01 to like 99. 2000, that range. So 20 years I've had facial hair almost.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy, man.
I do have to say though, my favorite picture was just the one. You know how I did the progression of the shaving of the beard? The one with just the mustache and the eyebrow raised. This one.
Oh yeah,
that one's my favorite picture.
Hey, you look like fucking El Chapo.
Yeah, dude, it was like you got more Mexican the more you shaved. It was really funny.
It was really weird. And I think
I'm gonna do that when I shave it.
You should do it.
I'm gonna
It's
do
really
it like
funny.
and like take different. Like I'll do one with a goatee, then one with the mustache, and then one
do the handlebars.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm having fun with it. I mean, you know, I think some guys at work were thinking about I think they said that they usually do Movember also, but none of them realizing they're like, oh, you do Movember? I was like, yeah, you know, and they're like, oh, all right, cool. So, but yeah, it's a good time. I was having. I mean, I'm pretty much fully grown back already. I think last week was really rough because while it was still a little bit shorter, it was my cheeks were just getting itchy.
I'm there right now.
Yeah. So it was a little bit of a pain, but
I'm like a week behind. Like, so your rate of growth, like I'll be where you are now in like a week.
Yeah. So now that's actually gone away a little bit. So I don't feel it as much anymore.
Yeah, I don't feel the itch as much anymore.
Yeah.
It's just, I think there's just more there than I've ever, like, it's not an itch, but I just feel something on my face constantly.
Yeah. Well, what does your wife think?
She doesn't like it.
I thought she did.
No, she said I can tolerate it.
That's better. That's better than what she usually says about you, though, isn't it?
That is true.
Something went wrong.
Oh,
Try again in a few seconds.
that was Google.
Hi, Google.
That was weird. We didn't say anything.
Who the fuck knows?
Anyway, so we were talking about this new. Actually, we're moving on. Sorry, we're talking about this new Mustang.
Oh,
So come on, you got the details. Spit it out.
yes. So they've been talking about it for a while. We even mentioned this on a few months ago on one of the podcasts. They're talking about
A really long time ago. Yeah.
They're talking about the SUV Mustang themed SUV. So it finally debuted on Sunday. The Mustang Mach-E, which it's an SUV. It's going to be coming out in 2021. It's all electric.
Wait, they pushed it back to 2021?
Yeah, they opened the reservation, so you can reserve one now. You would get it late 2020. You know how cars are, like the 2021 model will be the end of 2020. Yeah, so they'll be released the end of 2020.
So, what do you think?
My first impression, because they a couple of the photos leaked, like the images of the website leaked a couple days ahead of time, so I saw it ahead of time. I hated the grille.
Which one? Because there was two.
The red one.
The red one. Okay.
Yeah, because it's got that all like it's like all electric cars, like that plastic like front like.
Yeah, there's like no chrome, no metal.
Yeah, like on a traditional Mustang, that's where like the mesh is.
Yeah,
like it's just a plate of plastic with the Mustang emblem on it. And it just
it doesn't look right.
Yeah, I agree.
It put a bad taste in my mouth. You saw the pic.
Yeah,
Everything else looked nice.
Like it doesn't distinguish. Like there's no distinguish. There's no.
It didn't look mean anymore.
But not even that. But it was more of like it's the same color as like the body of the car.
So no contrast.
No contrast there, right?
And the thing, like, I don't know if it's just the color too, because I don't like the color. Like I saw a white one like that where it didn't put me off as much. And there's a couple different trims, and some of the trims go back to it's still a solid piece of plastic, but it's like it resembles more of the black mesh.
Yeah,
that you typically find in the regular coupe.
Yeah.
Why again? Like that's such a big change.
But I think, it's like all like a lot of electric cars are like that.
Which they kind of should have stayed away from.
Why
because
it doesn't need to be anymore.
Yeah, they could have stayed away from though, because if they want to be, I mean, I get it, it's an electric car, but you still want to be different, right?
Yes.
You know, like they could have stayed away from that. You know what? It could have been though.
Well, they do want
like when Tesla came out, he designed his cars that way because it was different than what everyone else was doing.
Right. But what I think was, or maybe it's not a real reason for it, because they got a trunk there now. right? Like a small trunk space.
But you can still you can make a facade.
Of course.
Well, the Mustang has that too.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm
I thought you
saying.
were talking about the Tesla.
No. Well, I mean, that does too, but I was talking about like just in general, electric cars now have a small, at least trunk space in the front because, obviously there's no engine there.
Yeah.
Right. So that's what I get it, but they should have designed it to a little bit away from what every other electric car is looking to be, right?
It's taken away from the Mustang characteristic.
It's based off of gas guzzling sports car.
Well, I meant the front.
But every movie, go back to like the early '90s when or any future movie, they would take a car manufacturer would have some crazy designed car, like in what was the movie with A Mission to Mars with where they go there and who's it for Tim Meadows I think was in it. I'm
trying to remember the movie.
Yeah, it was so whatever it was supposed to be set in the future where we're sending a mission to Mars, right?
Okay.
A manned mission to go explore Mars.
Yeah,
and they had like a tricked out like Ford truck that was like a futuristic design of like something like the cars back then still had the inspiration with the forward looking. I feel like we're just trying to make everything look the fucking same now. And I feel like the design.
I know. Well, if you go with the inside, the inside of this is completely teched out.
Yeah, no. Like, you know what? I didn't like the giant fucking iPad in the dash.
Well, that's like Tesla.
It's like a copy of a Tesla,
right? That's what I'm saying. I didn't like the fucking the.
Why can't you just make the whole dashboard
iPad? Yeah, exactly.
Make the whole dashboard a fucking panel.
They could have just taken my 50-inch monitor
and put it in. Like, why do you need to have it sticking up?
A lot of manufacturers are going away from that, like having that built-in screen to like that like tablet-looking like infotainment.
If I can't take it out, why do you need it like that? I'd rather have the whole dash be fucking LCD. Like, why can't just do that?
I don't know. I don't know the rationale behind it because it's like, I mean, I get it. Like, if something were to happen, you can easily
that's what it is.
Replace it.
That's what I would think.
Whatever, right?
It's much easier to replace.
Yeah, I get it. But why does it? I mean, did that tablet they show it all the turn, or is it
I don't know.
Stationary? Like, it's kind of stupid that way.
But these are luxury cars, right? If you have to change the batteries on these, it's not an easy fix to do that.
Yeah.
Right. So. Why that's
still very early.
I'm aware, but why is that consideration to worry about changing out the tablet screen up front? Like
it's
how long does an LCD TV last? Right, just a TV we watch on our wall. Say 5 years.
Say 5, 6 years
for the uses we have. So you're arguably using your car about the same time, we'll say, as you should be watching TV. 2 hours a day, we'll say.
Yeah.
7 years for a screen to last. Most people are changing cars long before then. The technology, especially with these cars, the technology is going to be so dated within 7 years that you're not going to want to have that car anymore.
So maybe that's a possibility why they did it, so that they can upgrade those panels.
But you don't need it. So you can still do that with the whole screen being the LCD screen.
No, yes, I get that. Yeah. But
that
who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? I
don't know.
I really don't like.
This is all speculation.
Yeah. I mean, this is just my point.
I know, and this is me bitching that the same reason why I don't know why they're not making these cars with removable batteries.
Yeah.
Have a big like.
Yeah, no, I get it.
You can bring it to a gas station, swap it out like you get a propane cylinder. The battery packs one in, one out. You put it in, you drive another 100 fucking miles.
Oh, yeah, that's never happened. That battery / gas station will get robbed every day for their batteries.
I mean,
yeah, think about it.
Yeah,
there's still city bikes out there. There's still Lime scooters on the street, right? They're not all just being stolen up.
Well, no, because if they could, they would. I guarantee you, they would.
Well, why can't you do the same thing with these battery things? If we can save a $50 fucking scooter, they can put a GPS tracker in these damn things.
Yeah.
That if they try to take it out, the batteries fucking explode.
Yeah.
Like, come on. Problem solved.
So what else? What do you got in speed and
so I'll give a couple details. So there's one, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 different trims, which I thought was a lot.
Yeah.
the entry level, the select comes in at just about 44,000. 230-mile range on a full charge, 0 to 60 in mid 5 seconds. And it comes in all-wheel drive or rear-wheel drive. It's weird thinking of a Mustang being all-wheel drive.
Yeah, but it's a SUV, right?
Yeah. So they have to do that. Premium 51,000, a little better mile range, 300-mile range. 0 to 60 time is still the same. Then there's a California Route 1 trim that's about 53,000. I'm not too sure what the difference is. That's probably some kind of styling difference.
Yeah.
Like the Eddie Bauer edition of fucking back in the day.
And that one is actually only rear-wheel drive. They do have a GT version, 61,000. That's got a 235-mile range, and the 0 to 60 is mid 3 second.
Jesus Christ!
It's a fucking bullet. It's
All right.
insane.
That's
Yeah.
And it's only the GT, which I thought was odd. That's only all-wheel drive,
Oh, really?
which is interesting.
Interesting.
I mean, you want to have the most grip you can have, right? With
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but I think of GT. I just go back to muscle car, and they've always been rear-wheel drive.
Yeah.
And then they have a first edition that's 60,000. I guess that's like for the first couple that are released. That's the red color one, the one that they had the picture
gotcha.
of.
Yeah, okay.
Basically it's still a 0 to 60 mid 5 second. That one's all-wheel drive. There's a couple other interesting facts that I took from doing the research on it and watching the video. So it does qualify for up to $7,500 tax rebate.
Yeah.
So that would
because it's the electric.
Yeah, because it's an electric car, so it would qualify for that. They actually have on the Ford website a calculator. It said like your estimated savings over 5 years could be around $13,000. They have like a calculator that you can judge for yourself based on how many miles you drive and a couple different
scenarios.
With a 150-watt charger, you get a 47-mile charge in 10 minutes. 22-mile charge per hour on a 240 volt outlet. 3 miles per hour charge on your everyday 120 volt.
So you don't need like a specialty charger?
You don't need one. They do offer what they call the Ford Connect charge station.
Okay, yeah.
It's Wi-Fi enabled. That you get 32-mile charge per hour, 240 volt, and that could be financed as part of your purchase, like at the time that you purchase the car. And then
then you gotta install that.
Yeah, then you gotta get it installed. I think all that's included in that finance charge.
Yeah, okay.
well, you can plug the Tesla into a regular 122. And it charges that slow as well.
Does it? Oh, right.
It charges like to get a full charge, it'd be like 3 days.
Yeah, I guess.
But it's good if you get stranded somewhere. You can plug it in for an hour. You get 3 miles. That might be enough to get you to where you have to go.
Yeah, just carry fucking 200 feet.
Yeah,
extension cable.
And then with the purchase, you get 2 years of complimentary access to the Ford Pass charging network, which apparently is the largest public charging network in North America.
Are there any like in Jersey?
I don't know. I didn't get that far yet.
Hold on. They claim
to have the largest.
How many electric vehicles do they have that they can like
say that, right? Yeah, that's kind of weird.
I mean, Ford. So I guess like because my old boss had from the company had the Ford. What's the Taurus, the big sedan?
There are a couple that
a lot of the sedans they have an electric or hybrid that they have. A charge
a hybrid scenario. Yeah, but not full electric.
It can run all electric.
Yeah,
but I believe it has a gas tank on it too. So like,
interesting.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, and then that's probably under a certain mile per hour is all electric, and then as you get higher, it's. I think
it's the other way,
or maybe it's the other way.
I think that as you get higher, it switches over to the electric
It could be.
motors.
Okay.
I don't know, but
whatever.
Yeah.
All right. So I mean, it's interesting. Are you gonna sign up for it? I mean, you got like a year.
I'm not in the market for a car right now.
When's your lease up?
I bought the Mustang.
The other one.
But
The other one's next year.
The other
No,
the SUV.
no, she's not gonna want. She's not
Yeah,
gonna want.
you get 2 trunks, so you get save on trunk space.
But here's my only problem with that. Is part of the allure of the Mustang is that engine rumble, right? Like when your dad turns on his car, it's got that distinct sound that just makes your balls fucking tingle, you know? Like,
well, they didn't tell you there's 2 speakers in the bottom of the car.
what is this? That fucking Kevin James movie with fucking Vince Vaughn? What was what the fuck was that movie? It was who's Winona Ryder was in it, Vince Vaughn and Kevin James. They were working, and Queen Latifah was in it too. They were trying to create a electric car that had the same sound as like the real car, matching up, and they were, we have this algorithm that's not. I'm like, this makes no fucking sense. Like,
I don't know what movie that is.
I have no movie what you're talking about.
Oh my god, I'm fucking googling this. All right, keep talking. So,
But yeah, so the Mustang has 2 speakers on the bottom, so when you hit the start,
it tickles your balls.
and it has a tickle me elmo underneath the seat.
So you guys vibrations when you do it too? Okay. What was the fucking movie?
Yeah.
What
Maybe
else
when I
was-
finish paying off my actual Mustang, I'd look at it.
Yeah,
The Dilemma.
The Dilemma. No, never heard of it. When the fuck did that come out?
It came out in 2011.
Doesn't sound familiar.
Yeah, it had Vince Vaughn, Kevin James, Winona Ryder, Jennifer Connelly, Channing Tatum, Queen Latifah. It's a big fucking cast.
Yeah, it must have bombed.
It wasn't a great movie.
Must have bombed really bad. Jesus.
But yeah, they were trying to like make when you push the gas pedal, it had the feel and the sound of like just put a fucking subwoofer in the car and play an engine sound. You're good.
Oh my god. Yeah, it sounds like
We have video games. We've mastered the technology.
It's so stupid.
Uh,
So anyway, I put this fight on because it happened 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, and I wanted to talk about it. Jorge Masvidal and Nate Diaz.
I was gonna say we gotta tell them what we're looking at.
Yeah. I mean, it was a good fight. I mean, obviously you could see Masvidal is fucking kicking Nate Diaz's
Mauling him.
ass. Yeah. But they stopped it. I mean, I don't think you follow, right? You don't, Joe. You don't follow. You.
I mean, I watch it, but again, I'm not. Yeah.
So, really, all it was they kind of set up this fight to be what they call baddest motherfucker, and they made this belt specifically for this fight. And Jorge was like, "Well, if we're gonna have this fight, I want The Rock to give the belt to the winner." So The Rock's there. You know, he's got the belt. He presented it, and so now they're doing this fight. I mean, it was a really good fight, and anyone that knows Nate Diaz knows that he like will really bring it up in the 4th and 5th round. Like that's like I've never personally seen him get like knocked out.
Yeah.
But that's when he brings in like the most of the fight, like or the most of his aggression from the fight. And
He's got a big tank.
Yeah.
All the adrenaline kicks in.
Yeah. So they stopped the fight in the beginning of the 4th round. They stopped it because see that cut above his right eye?
Yeah.
The doctor walked up and says that cut is too bad, and he put a stop to the fight. Yeah. But the thing is with Nate Diaz, he always bleeds there. Like he bleeds like from all the scar tissue in his face. Like he is easily opened up. Every fight I've ever seen him in like the last like 2 years, 3 years. I mean, remember the McGregor fight or both of them? Like he was bleeding the entire time. I mean, he got hit in the first 2 minutes of the first round, and he started bleeding.
Yeah. So yes, I mean, and as from someone who watches UFC but doesn't, you guys do, I'd rather them err on the side of caution, right? Because we don't want anyone to lose a fucking eye, do we?
Listen,
I know it's
more people die in the ring from boxing.
He wasn't going to lose an eye.
Than this, and
I know, but it's like
he wasn't going to lose an eye. He wasn't. And the doctor afterwards, did you hear what happened to him?
No.
He was getting fucking like death threats.
Really?
He was like, people were showing up at his house.
That's more my point. Is like the doctor was erring on the side of caution, right? You can't blame the doctor for that. Like,
I get it, but
I don't think the doctor was saying, "Oh, this guy turns on the gas in the end of the 4th round. I'm going to take him out now."
No. But the thing is, I think he also needs to know the fighters as well. Because I think if this fight happened in Vegas, I don't think they would have called it.
Okay.
Because that's where a lot of these fights are being held. Somewhere in Vegas. The doctors there, they know the fighters, they know the athletes, they know what's going on. Anybody that knows fucking Nate Diaz, they know that he bleeds like that.
Yeah. But that's crazy.
But yeah.
That sucks for that doctor, He's just
Oh my god, I mean it was a stupid call. It was definitely not that it was stupid, but it was like I get it, but he wasn't bleeding anymore when the doctor came up.
That is a bad.
It is a bad cut. Yeah, no, it is. But it's above his eyebrow. It's not like it's directly above his eye, or it's under his eye. Look,
no,
it's stopped bleeding right now. I mean, I get it. He's gonna get hit. It's gonna start bleeding again. I get it, but
that's crazy.
It's the visual aspect.
Yeah.
Like there could be much more internal damage to someone that you can't see.
Of course,
and that's why I bring up boxing.
Yeah.
Yeah, things my son is not doing those things.
They just opened a UFC gym over here.
I'll break his collarbone every fucking year to keep him out of doing this shit, man.
And did I read that right?
I did not break my son's collarbone. I was making a joke to say in future times.
Did he reimburse a fan that lost his rent money?
Yes. Well, so the guy afterwards. So this is what happened. So the guy tweeted
that is
to
a
Nate
slippery
Diaz.
Slope to go down.
So the guy tweeted at Nate Diaz saying, "Oh, I lost all my rent money betting on you," right? And he goes, "Send me the proof and I'll pay your rent." Like, "Oh, and I don't have money to pay your rent." He goes, "Send me the proof and I'll pay your rent." And the guy, sent him a photo of the whatever he lost, and he sent him the money. And then the guy was like, "Listen, I was actually joking that I couldn't pay my rent, but hey, you followed up and you're the man."
Yeah, that's just
as a slippery slope, man.
Yeah, I know.
I have a problem with this.
I don't think he would do it to everybody, though. I mean,
well, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
But you do it to one, he's gonna get flooded with that.
Of course, of course.
But no, my point, my bigger problem with that is that if you don't have the money, don't as someone who had a gambling problem years ago.
Yeah, don't fucking do it.
If you can't afford to lose it, don't bet it.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And
hey, I mean, listen, more power to him. He got the money.
Yeah, good for him.
Oh, actually, speaking of which, so one of Jorge Masvidal's recent fights was against this guy called Ben Askren.
Okay.
I think they kind of they were friends at one point, or they had kind of wrestled back in the day at one point. So Jorge Masvidal actually knocked him out in 5 seconds of this fight.
Okay.
He did a running flying knee. The guy's neck just fucking turned one way, and his entire body just went stiff as he fell to the ground, and Jorge just kept getting on and punching the fuck out of him. I was like, holy shit. So I think today he just announced that he's retiring from MMA. Yeah. It was a thing that came up on Ariel Hawani's so he's a ESPN guy.
Mm-hmm.
He has his own MMA show on there.
Yeah.
And Ben Askren was on there today and was saying, I just got the notification saying I'm retiring from MMA. And he's only been with UFC for a year.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And I think it could be, maybe underlying injuries and all this other bullshit, but yeah, some of this stuff is
I'm watching he looks bad, but he's still moving. He's taking the punishment. He's still got some juice behind those punches that he's throwing.
Oh yeah.
It's not we'll bring up the McGregor and Khabib. At the end of that fight,
he was done.
McGregor was done. Yeah. You can tell just from his body language that he was you don't see that with him now.
No, I mean, he's still going. I mean, look at that cut though. But yeah, he's still
like, dude, if he has like AIDS, the other guy's fucked now.
They fucking they check. That
I
shit.
just
Yeah, I know. But yeah, I mean, this is so we're coming down to the last minute of the third round, and then we'll see when they they stop the fight. But he even told the doctor, he was like, "I'm good. Like, there's nothing. Look, I'm not even bleeding." But he's not even bleeding as bad as he was in the first round. In the first round, he was like just dripping all over his fucking.
Oh, that's because nothing was clotted yet. Now he's got some.
So he's fine.
Clotting
I think
in there.
But going, if the fight went on, and he still was fighting like this, like in the first 3 rounds, I mean, there's no way he would have won. He was. Masvidal's like just beating the fuck out of him.
Yeah,
he's landing too many clean shots. Unless Nate takes him to the ground. So Masvidal actually, he's from Miami. He used to fight in Kimbo Slice's backyard fighting.
Really?
Yes.
That's awesome.
So there actually there's videos of him fighting some other dude with Kimbo Slice as the host in someone's backyard.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So I forgot to ask if you guys knew who he was.
Fucked up, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he's getting like destroyed. All right, so the round's over.
Now he's going to take a bath because he's just covered in blood.
But he's not even that covered. It's just, I mean, his hands are fucking.
But it's MMA.
Right.
Come on.
Like, what do you expect?
It's not, WWE. Like, this is what's expected.
That was a fucking. Speaking of WWE, are you watching again? I'm just seeing commercials for it. This new AEW.
I've been watching it.
Ray's been watching. I haven't been watching either.
It's just basically like the WCW, right? Was the other one back in the day in the WWE?
Well, all right. So it's kind of a little bit. Actually, you know what? We'll get back to it because they're gonna go to this real quick, and then we'll see real quick. So they're gonna stop the fight here. So this is what's going on before we jump into the other topic.
Okay.
So here you go. They're about to get started again for the 4th round. Right? See, he's not bleeding. Doctors come and take a look.
Dude, oh my God, that's so fucking deep.
He's saying, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
I don't care. The doctor is right. His eyeball is going to fall out of his head if they keep
eyeball
fighting.
Is not going to fall out of his head.
I'm getting queasy looking at this.
No way. And then they call it. There it is.
Like, I'm not an avid UFC MMA watcher, but I've never seen it stopped
like that.
Literally right before the round is supposed to start.
Yeah. So I mean that's what they did.
Maybe.
Everyone was booing. Everyone was pissed. I mean, it's a good fight. It's not one of those things where.
I mean, aside from a knockout, he's probably gonna lose a fight anyway. Maybe that played into it.
Either a knockout or he brings him to submission.
But
right?
you're still robbing him of that. Look at our favorite.
The Black Beast.
The Black Beast. He won that fight. What in the last 10 seconds?
Yeah.
He was losing the fight.
But so there's no beef. There's no crazy beef between the two of them because it was kind of one of those things. After Nate's last fight, he was like, "Oh, I'd like to fight this guy." Nothing about any beef, but he goes, "This is one of the realest guys in the game," and then they made it happen. That's why they made this title for it.
But do you think even the beefs you see are probably
it's
a lot of it's got to be for the camera, right?
Depends on who you're talking about. If it's Conor McGregor, he's doing it for the camera, he's doing it for the money and all that bullshit, right?
Yeah, I feel like behind closed doors,
Diaz is the same thing. He does the same thing, right?
Yeah.
But then there's other guys like Khabib who takes it personal and then fucking kicks the shit out of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't it amazes me how two people can just beat the living shit out of each other that. And then at the bell sound, they're shaking hands.
Yeah, depends. Sometimes.
it's just it.
Obviously, you don't have a brother.
Yeah.
Like, that's what that was. You beat the shit out of each other until when you got really hurt, you're like,
There's a cut.
dude, that is fucking insane. Dude, his eyeball's going to fall out of his head.
It's not going to fall out. If anything, his eyebrow will fall off. That's it. I see you squirming over there. All right, then there's The Rock giving him the belt. BMF.
He's one of my favorite people, too, The Rock.
Yeah.
And there's
here's
Rogan.
Joe Rogan. And that's it. That's the end of the fight.
Yeah, I would have let it go.
TKO by Dr. Stoppage. I can't even consider that TKO.
It's a technical knockout. That's
Maybe it's give that a different category.
how often does it happen to have that different category?
I don't know.
Exactly. That's the reason why it shouldn't have happened.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
All right. So back to your question, AEW. So AEW, it's actually started from a couple of old WCW guys, and then
Because WCW was absorbed by WWF, correct?
yes, that was back in the day. But some of the guys that had worked for WCW for like a really long time, like what's the guy's name? Tony something. He was like one of the announcers.
Schiavone.
Yeah, he was one of the announcers like back in the day in WCW. But then remember Dusty Rhodes? You know who that is?
American Dream.
The American Dream.
Yeah.
Remember
All right.
Goldust?
Remember Goldust?
Yeah.
So Dusty's son and
Not Goldust.
Goldust's brother.
But he is part of it.
Brother. Yeah, he is brother. But Goldust's brother,
Okay.
I guess, decided to, basically start up AEW with a certain amount of people.
And he's backed by Tony Khan, the owner of the Jags.
Okay.
Yeah, so they basically, I mean, they are giving the WWE pretty good competition as from what I hear. I haven't been watching. I hear
It's on my radar, and I don't watch wrestling,
Yeah,
so they're
yeah.
doing something right.
right. And they're bringing in. I mean, they've
So
brought
they-
in
so
some
they're-
other guys.
They're not going head to head with Raw, or they're not going head to head with SmackDown. They're on the same night now as NXT is, which is WWE's
Like
developmental, which
Okay.
is kind of taken off.
Okay.
But they've beaten NXT every week so far.
And NXT actually was really good because I think for at least a little bit it was getting even better ratings than the Raw and SmackDown but it was only available on the WWE network,
Okay.
right? So you had to be like a member, and now I think it's on what USA.
Because SmackDown moved to Fox, and they filled that with that USA slot with NXT.
Yeah. So I guess it's like a weird balance right now, right? So they're like, I mean, Triple H, right?
Yeah.
So Triple H, I guess, is running NXT,
Okay.
but Vince is still running the other stuff.
Okay.
So it's like, how do you want to put it? Like Vince isn't letting like Triple H, take the reins yet. So he's giving them like, here's NXT, but he's doing really good with
Yeah.
it. Like
Yeah.
everybody I guess it's like an inside thing where they say it's like a joke. Anybody that goes from NXT to like the main roster
Mhm.
kind of dies out after a while,
Okay.
which kind of sucks. So all your favorites that would come up from NXT would just kind of like be put in the back burner because you have guys like John Cena coming back and, like The Rock or Batista, when they come back for however long, they
Yeah.
get buried because all the older
Big names are coming.
big names are coming back. And then they're like, well, what the fuck?
Because they're running out of fucking money now, probably, and they have to come back to.
Who knows? I mean, they're not running. I mean, I don't know if they're running out of money, but I know they're getting some Arab money.
Yeah.
The Saudi Arabia fucking pay-per-views and all that bullshit.
Which that was a
Yeah, I heard about
mess
that.
in itself.
The crown jewel.
Yeah, I heard about that.
So.
Yeah, but to me, they're targeting, to me anyway,
Who's targeting?
the AEW.
Yeah.
So this
The audience that is
What they want.
is getting frustrated with WWE.
Yeah.
Like the 18 to I think it's like the 18 to 34 demographic, the ones that are used to the Attitude Era, the ones that want that edgier,
The edgier
kind of-
show. Yeah.
like that.
Because
That's what I think they're going towards.
and I think that's perfectly fine. I mean,
but was the AEW a league like before? Like,
No.
was it like a
No.
backyard
no,
league?
no.
No.
This
It was. They just started this.
started it up.
They got a shit ton of
What
money.
they- I think what-
hired some talent and just said,
I think at first what they did was they had like one pay-per-view,
"Okay,
right?
And it sold out in like minutes.
Minutes. They had one pay-per-view. I think it was in Vegas, the first one.
Okay.
and they had like some big names to it. Like they had like Chris Jericho. They had this guy Kenny Omega. Was what's his name? John Moxley there? He was in the next one.
This might
not
be
that.
big,
It was
man.
the second. It was
Yeah.
the that
second
was the
one.
first pay per view. Moxley debuted the second pay per view.
Yeah. So they.
I'm just thinking because like if there's no other real
I mean, there's
competition for WWF or
No,
WWE,
there's really no other competition besides
Like-
these guys now. I mean, and
like-
and these guys are like
And
they're
they're not
slowly
really.
picking
They're not
up
really
steam.
like they don't claim to be like they'll never say they are competing with WWE. Like they're
just
building
doing it
they're
just to
building
do
their
it.
own brand. Like
Yeah.
they're not acknowledging like a competition. WWE is kind of acknowledging a competition.
They're being stupid if they're not acknowledging as a competition.
Yeah.
They're in a competition business.
They know they are.
You're in
They're-
the same.
But that's the thing; they bought out all
They-
their other competition, right? So, but now it's like you've got high names, high known names in WWE that want to leave because they feel like shit at WWE to go to this brand. You know,
which is good.
like fucking
And they-
Randy Orton. Did you hear
It's that's
Yeah, but he
good.
signed.
It's making a better
know he signed.
market.
Well,
Is he
you know why?
resigned?
You know why he's resigned?
Why?
Because they gave him a big fucking
ton of money.
Yeah, that's the only reason why he resigned. So his contract was supposed to come up, like to end soon, and he was like,
I don't
making-
even know if they would have been. I don't think they're going after the older. Like
I don't think they are either. I mean, besides Jericho, because he's
They
you know,
need. Yeah. Well,
they need
Jericho is also he's been one of my favorites
for a long
forever.
time.
Like
Yeah.
he's very good on the mic.
Yeah.
Like
I mean, he's been good. I liked him even when early WCW days, before he was like, you know, before they moved to WWE. he was, you know, he was just one of those really good cruiserweights. Talked a lot of shit, and then when he came to fucking Raw, he held his own against The Rock when it was like the Attitude Era, like and all that
Yeah.
bullshit. Like you don't get many people like that, you know. And he still will talk shit to your face, like, you know, nobody's business.
Mhm.
And there was, I think, was it the first pay-per-view where there was so much talk about AEW because he won the belt, the championship belt,
Okay.
and it got stolen from him that same night.
Shut up.
I swear to God.
yeah, but was that a work?
It could be. It could have
I
been.
thought that was a work.
Apparently, like, he went out to dinner and he maybe went to the bathroom or something, left the belt, and someone had stolen it. You know, whatever. But it was gone for like 2 weeks. You know, and so it was actually, that was in the news, and it was like, fuck. So that kind of threw a little bit more interest in the AEW. It was like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
But
No, I mean it's only gonna make it should only make it better, right?
oh yeah,
Yeah, their whole like
Because any competition in a single market, it makes it better.
oh yeah.
I think they got a couple things working for them. One, it's a lot of new, like for me personally,
Indie guys.
yeah, it's people that you haven't seen before.
Yeah.
So like how many times watching WWE do you see the same people over and over and
yeah.
over and over? Like this is a whole new breed of people to watch,
Yeah.
or characters to watch. Two, nothing is scripted. Like
No.
you can tell when stuff is scripted and when stuff is not scripted. They're able to be a lot edgier.
Yeah, they're not catering to the 9-year-olds, 10-year-olds, you know?
Yeah.
Like, did you see any of the last?
I haven't seen
pay-per-view?
anything. I haven't seen anything in the. I mean, I've seen like little
They had
things here and there, but
Moxley and Omega had an unsanctioned match where they literally beat the living shit out of each other for 40 minutes. Like, they had not thumbtacks, they had shards of glass that they wrestled on.
Fun.
They had a board of old school mousetraps.
nice.
And he got backdropped on it,
Yeah.
and then like as he's moving, you can hear them snapping, and like his body's switching.
It hurts so bad.
They had a
Oh,
bed
that's hilarious.
of barbed wire,
Yeah.
and at the end, they tore up the ring. Like they removed the padding,
All the
so
foam
they
padding,
were
yeah.
basically wrestling on the wood planks.
Yeah.
Did we talk about the kid who jumped into the
The superhuman.
jugglets?
Yeah, that's his name, Superhuman.
Yeah. That's like him.
Yeah,
Fuck
but,
that
I mean,
shit.
I think that guy got injured, and he stopped for a little bit, and then
He was jumping in the fucking barbed wire.
he not just that, fucking microwaves, bookshelves, like. But yeah, I mean, it's the same kind of shit, right?
Yeah.
So, but I mean, these guys this is what they did before they were into WWE, right? Or not even Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega never made it there, but John Moxley, he was Dean Ambrose in WWE, and he was there. He was there for a really long time.
They interviewed Seth Rollins for something, and they brought up Moxley, and he's like, "Oh yeah, well, once he's done playing in the minor leagues, if he ever wants to, come and join us, let's do it at Mania."
He's just, he's making his money. He's going to keep quiet, But no, I mean, that's what he was doing before he even joined WWE, when he was doing his indie stuff, and he was in WWE for a long, long time. Do you remember when he was like some rookie guy with like pink hair at some point?
Moxley?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was like 10 years ago. And then it was only like the last maybe 5-6 years where he actually got some kind of fame, out of being in the Shield. Yeah, exactly. And then, his contract's up and he's like, well, fuck it. One crazy thing is his wife is actually a announcer for the WWE, like a Raw commentator, and she's doing the what's that show on Fox? Backstage. She's like the head announcer at Backstage.
Okay.
So it's kind of weird that she's got this high role in WWE, and then he's got this high role in fucking AEW. So.
She was tweeting during his match, like, "Oh my god, what are they putting? What are you doing? Stop!"
That's great.
That's hilarious. Oh, and then in other wrestling news, so CM Punk came back. Well, kinda. He came back to that back door. What's it called? Backstage.
Whoa!
What is that show called? Backstage.
Yeah, WWE Backstage. It's on FS1.
WWE Backdoor is a completely different show.
So yeah, they brought him in at the end of that last episode. I get like a teaser, kind of. He just said, he'll be on the show the next week.
That's cool.
But
yeah,
I'm curious to see how the ratings are for that show when he's on.
Yeah, because that was actually the number, like one of the top 10 news things on Twitter for like 2 days when he showed up on the show.
Really?
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah. So it's gonna be interesting to see how the ratings for that show, because if they get higher than fucking Raw and SmackDown,
I think it's a good possibility.
Well, speaking of shows in general, have you seen the new Rick and Morty season?
No, I've actually never watched Rick and Morty.
Shut the fuck up!
Swear to God,
me either.
Swear to God,
I hate you both. Watch it; it's fucking phenomenal,
dude. Even though
they're half-hour episodes, they're like. With half-hour episodes, they turn to like 26 minutes.
All right, where can I watch it for one? Because I got rid of my TV subscription.
I don't know. I'll find where you can watch it.
If I can watch it on Hulu it's or Netflix, and all right.
I want to say it's on Netflix. At least the first 3 seasons.
All right. So if I could find it on Netflix, then maybe I'll take a look. But if not, I got rid of my AT&T.
It's so
now.
fucking good.
So speaking of TV stuff, so Disney Plus came out, right? At around the same time or just a couple days before, I got an email from AT&T now.
That's right. We didn't talk about this on yet.
Well, so hold on. It happened last month. It was a billing error where they sent me an email last month. They said, your grandfather's subscription is going up to $80. I'm only paying $50. And I was like, well, fuck that. I'm going to cancel. So I found out, good thing I didn't cancel because I found out it was like an error. So I kept it for another month. Then I get another email saying that they're jacking back up to 65. I was like, well, what the fuck? So this time I said, forget it. I'm going to cancel. I've had it for 3 years at $50. I'm not doing it anymore. Plus we really don't watch like regular TV anymore. So Disney Plus comes out. I have a Hulu subscription. I have ESPN. Well, I get it now. So I signed up for the Disney Plus bundle, $12.99 a month, and I get the Hulu, ESPN Plus, and Disney Plus.
Yeah.
So works out. I don't really care about the TV. I really did it for the kids and the Marvel and Star Wars shit.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
Have you been watching the Star Wars shit?
I haven't, not yet. I know. Mandalorian looks really good.
It's awesome.
I've kind of been going through and finding some of the old cartoons from when we were kids. Right. So like I put Darkwing Duck Tailspin, Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers for the kids. Like they were sitting on the couch there. I was like when the Chip
Were
and
you
Dales
watching it more than they were?
Yeah, I was. Yeah, because they walked away and I'm still sitting there watching. I'm like,
Shows were great, man. Darkwing Duck.
You know what? I was telling my wife, I was like,
They don't make shows like that anymore.
They're bringing it back. They're remaking it.
no, it's not the same when they remake it. It's not the same.
I would rather them just re-air the old.
Yeah, that's what I would
stuff.
rather have. It's not the same. Like even rewatching like Chip and Dale's Rescue Rangers, like the voices on, I was like, what the fuck was this shit? It's like, what the hell? And then I just left it on.
It's great.
The voices were annoying me. I mean, it was great. I was like, all right, I don't remember the voices sound like this when I was a kid, but whatever. But you know, Darkwing Duck, like that stuff. Tailspin was funny.
Let's get dangerous.
Yeah, exactly. You know, so it's bringing back some fond memories and back in the day.
No, it's a cool service, man. I got it too. So with Verizon, they're giving you a free year of the regular Disney Plus without the Hulu and ESPN, which is fine. And yeah, it's great. You know, playing around with it. You know, it's nice having it for my son because he, you know, like a lot of the movies we wanted, like he loves Snow White and Nowhere on Demand has Snow White, so we had to buy it. You know? But now that having all these fucking movies, it's
now you can just rewatch as many times as you want.
And
Actually,
did you hear what the first day sign up was for it?
It was 10 million.
10 million.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And Netflix has what they say, like I think it was like 80 million Netflix has total users.
Yeah, but I think a whole bunch of people are canceling their Netflix subscriptions to go to that now. So
I think so.
We'll see. Whatever. I mean, it's a good service. I got it really mostly for the kids. I mean, I want to see some of the original content that comes out. I did watch.
The only thing I watched was The Mandalorian.
I did watch Avengers Endgame in 4K on the new TV. Well, it's not new anymore, but and it looked good. Streaming was perfectly fine.
It looked good on my phone when I was streaming it too.
Yeah.
And
actually, some of the other cartoons and stuff, like my oldest, she was watching Little Mermaid, Cinderella, and all that stuff. Like they redid some stuff.
Oh, they remastered a lot. Of shit, man.
Yeah. It made it look really good.
Is there a premium for 4K content?
No.
Like, is it? No.
Nope.
No. And it's something crazy. I forget exactly.
And they have a subcategory of 4K, so you can see everything they have in 4K.
Yeah.
Because with Netflix, your subscription is more for
I know,
4K content.
Yeah. But no,
that's because they're paying more for bandwidth.
Well, I have an Amazon subscription, and it's not. I don't have to pay more for 4K shit. So, but yeah. So there's only certain things in 4K though. It's not a lot. It's like the Endgame and Captain Marvel and a few other stuff.
All the new series they're recording in 4K too.
Yeah, they should.
Like the Mandalorian's 4K. I think that Imagineering show was in 4K.
Yeah.
I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, I haven't watched it.
I did watch in your recommendation on the flight. I was in Florida last week for a couple of days. The Boys. I watched the first 3 episodes.
Was it good?
I'm 3 episodes in.
It's good, right?
Awesome.
Yeah, I think it's hilarious.
So, spoilers ahead. Did you watch it too?
No. You can spoil it though. I'm probably not gonna watch it.
You sure?
You should watch it.
It's really good.
Especially if you get Disney Plus and you start watching some superhero stuff. Like you watch this, and it's like for adults. It's really funny.
Yeah, when the fucking translucent, when they fucking push the button, I was like, yes.
Yeah, that shit was hilarious. That I can't wait for that season 2 to come out. It's actually really funny.
And I watched a couple episodes of on the plane home because we were flying home on the day Disney Plus came out. Runaways, Marvel's The Runaways.
Haven't seen it.
It's pretty cool, man. What I've watched so far.
Yeah.
The premise is these kids, all find their parents doing like some kind of like weird ritual, and they're like investigating it. And it looks like their parents are like super villains or something, and they're
interesting.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's and it's superheroes. So like the kids are like have like powers and shit. Like one has super strength, one of them can glow and shit. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Interesting.
And it's on Disney Plus too. So
yeah, we have to check it out.
What else we got?
I think that's all I got.
Yeah,
it's about that time.
So anyone got any Be a Gentleman accolades? I honestly have nothing. I'm lying to you. I don't. I was walking out. I went to the 7-Eleven on the way here, and there was a guy outside saying, "You have any cash?" I'm like, "Sorry, man, I got nothing on me." So I took out $5 again and $5 on the way out because it was raining. I felt bad for the guy.
Oh, there you go.
So
yeah. I don't think I got anything. Well, you know what? I mean, this isn't for a stranger, but yesterday my daughter had a gymnastics kind of event at her school.
And you went, that's just called parenting, man.
Well, no. My
that's
wife,
just parenting.
my wife was supposed to volunteer, but she was really sick.
Still just parenting.
And she said, "Can you do it?" And I said, "Yes, I can."
Still just parenting.
Still, be a gentleman. Whether it's parenting or not, be a gentleman.
That's like when people say, like, I was home with my son-in-law when he was
I
a
was
baby.
babysitting.
Yeah. Like, oh, you're babysitting the baby? I'm like, no, I'm being a fucking dad. I'm like, Jen went out and I'm capable of watching the child.
If that's the case, and I watched my children while my wife went out and got her hair done yesterday.
See? Babysitting.
Gentlemen.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to call it a night.
But remember, please like, comment, subscribe. Tell us what we're doing right, what we're doing wrong. So, thanks everybody. We'll try and be here every week, but if we can't,
we'll figure it out.
Yep.
Have a good one.
Later.
Good night.